Okay, I just am at the Conservation Council. Wanted to explain, somebody explained to me what's going on with the new forestry plan, or the Irving Forestry Plan, or whatever you call it. There's a guy here. What's your name?
Frank Johnston.
Frank, you're from?
I'm from Grand Falls.
Listen, I never do this, but it's so important, and we discussed, you gave me a little tour of this. This is, can you explain again? But I mean, that's why I think the public has got to see this.
Okay, Charles.
This is the province.
Charles, if anyone wants to look at the condition of the forests in New Brunswick, it's possible to do it from their laptop computer by going to the web and going to the Global Forest Change site.
Okay, you explained it so good.
And this is the type of result that you get if you do that. You just type in New Brunswick, Canada.
And where they're going? Which site?
And we're going to the Global Forest Change site.
Global Forest Change site. So that will be, what does it say there?
And it says Earth Engine Partners at appspot.com, Science 2013, Global Forest.
Okay, now, do anybody want to go to my blog, go to Google, write my name, Charles LeBlanc, and I'll have the link right there. And
what you get is a map. After you go and click Global Forest Loss Year Transparent. Forest Loss Year Transparent.
Okay.
Click on that. And what you will see is a legend that tells you that you're looking at a map of forest cover loss between the years 2000 and 2012. Very light yellow is cutting, essentially, in the year 2000. And as the splotches get darker, you go from year to year to 2012, and those are deep red dots.
And then that's the map of New Brunswick, and
Yes.
then there's a map here outside of Riverview.
And this is a map of what Riverview looks like. You can see that clear cutting gets larger. The cuts get larger in size. They become adjacent to one another, and the little spaces that once were trees that separated cuts are no longer there.
And then this is the one that really, I gotta go like this. This is Plaster Rock, this is Miramichi, and Doketown, Blackville, Doketown.
Yes.
And Irving, where's Irving?
Irving is over here.
Now, where's the Irving camp?
Oh, Irving's camp is here within the Kennedy Lakes region.
Don't seem to be too much clear cutting around there.
Yes, but that's there is some immediately, and this is in a conservation area. The only areas that have not been cut as yet are conservation areas, are those next to streams, buffer strips.
And the area around Doketown and Blackville, my God. This, and all the red is 2012.
2012.
And there's a lot of red.
Yes.
A lot. And I presume 2013 was worse.
2013 is about the same. Continuation.
Okay, so now we're coming into the new forestry plan, Irving Forestry Plan, and they want how many more? 20% more?
They want 21% more.
Where the hell are they going to get it?
It's somewhat of a mystery. There may not be enough to provide 21% more, but one would have to conclude that it's in the remaining buffer areas and in conservation forest.
But that's supposed to be protective. That's why they call it conservation forest.
Well, it would be very interesting to know if they will tell us where the additional forest is going to come from on a map.
So how come they do a news conference, acres this, acres that, create jobs, but how come they don't show everything like this on a map?
Perhaps they haven't worked it out themselves.
When is this supposed to go into effect? This spring?
One would like to know the terms of the contract. presumably
Now?
beginning this season.
They said they're going to have a meeting in St. John. Environment Impact Assessment, is that what it's called? They got one meeting in St. John, that's all?
They may have a meeting for feedback.
Yeah, in St. John, where anyone that's connected to Irving will be shot. I mean, they'll be fired if they dare to raise their concern on this issue here. This is serious.
Well, it's serious in that most of the forest has already been taken, and one can only assume that the rest will be taken.
What can we do to stop it? We can't go for the Liberals because the Liberals said this should have been done 2 years ago. We're not being political here. But
You could ask the current government as to whether or not this would support. There's enough wood actually to support these new jobs, which are supposedly the reason for
Supposedly.
guaranteeing
supposedly.
additional wood supply.
Supposedly. That's right, there's an election this year. Supposedly. Supposedly an election year. Don't they go hand in hand? I'm laughing here.
Presumably, they do know that there's additional wood to support those jobs. It would be nice to have them tell us where it is.
I'm shocked. No, really, I am shocked. I am shocked, and why should, if you have a message for the Premier, what would it be?
Be very careful not to promise wood that we don't have.